What's going on, guys? I want to thank you for taking the time to invest into the knowledge that it's going to take to level up your business. A lot of us entrepreneurs, we struggle, especially in the beginning or when we're going through the growing process of trying to figure out how to actually do that online. There are so many steps to actually creating a profitable business. And the mindset for a spiritual entrepreneur or just an entrepreneur in general is that we want to serve, right? We want to make someone else's life better by how we do that with our gifts, however it is that we bring that. And once we are really clear on that, then we know how to show up. And in the sense of the messaging, right? The messaging behind what it is that we do. So I wanted to take the time today to show you guys the actual steps that it's going to take for you to get in the process of starting to create the back end to make that happen. So thanks again, and let's get into that right now. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you guys because there's a lot of different ways to present this to you. And I'm going to go ahead and do that now because I want you guys to have those itching questions answered right here today. So you're no longer struggling to figure out how to do that. Okay. So I want to talk to you a little bit about this because this is really important. I want you to know who this is for. This is for the entrepreneur. I say spiritual entrepreneur because I love working with the spiritual entrepreneur because you guys get it. We have a divine mission. We have a mission. We want to share and we want to make things better for ourselves and the people that we're serving, right? We want to transform people's lives and we want to make a difference, right? And there's a lot of different types of coaches that work in this genre. So I'm always saying like the mindset coach, the transformational coach, the wellness coach, the spiritual coach, and so on. There's a lot of us that serve in a different way, but the bottom line is we all struggle with the same aspects when it comes to building our businesses. Now, the thing is, it is all about clarity, right? So it's about guiding this spiritual entrepreneur with the knowledge for me, right? To guide you guys to having the exact information that you need so you can grow your business to where it needs to be. See, a lot of us don't really understand the whole process, but knowing your purpose and being passionate about it creates a different opportunity and a different world for you guys to be in. And it creates the foundation for you not to have to be struggling so much anymore. A lot of you guys struggle in that sense and you make your breakthrough and then there's another breakthrough to make because one top of a mountain is the bottom of another, right? And that's why we have to understand that as we continue growing and building and learning how to scale our businesses. It is such an important moment to be in when we come into alignment and realizing that. So if you use your spiritual gifts, guys, and you know that you can help someone get unstuck in their business and or in their life in some way, then this message is for you. This video is for you, and you want to stick around for this because this is going to change things for you. It did for me because I struggled in the beginning. You can be passionate, but it doesn't mean that you can actually create through that, because if you really don't know how, in part anyway, you're going to continue being in that boat with many other entrepreneurs. And at the end of the day, a lot of people give up. So if you're in that space where you're like consistently posting on social media and you're like, yeah, I'm showing up, I'm telling people what what I think and all the things that I went through, sometimes with no strategy behind that, you're going to be just another coach showing up, posting whatever it might be that you're struggling to figure out how to do, right? So implementing the right strategies behind that is going to change the game for you. And that's what a lot of coaches don't get. A lot of entrepreneurs don't get. You guys have to have strategy, processes in the back end of your business to support how to build your audience, where to find them, how to talk to them, how to actually have a strategic backbone that's going to help you. So you're not just showing up online, spending 80% of your time trying to figure out what to say to that person that is supposed to be your ideal audience. A lot of us struggle by, again, putting our focus on things that don't always produce results, right? And then we're figuring out in our head, well, like none of the things I'm doing is producing results. If you're in this space, believe me, there's a lot of you guys there. And this is why I created this program, to shift you guys out of that so you can get that clarity that you need. Now, if you're tired of and exhausted of posting on social media and not seeing any ROI, I don't freaking blame you. I spent a lot of time there. I spent time sending out, creating an email list, sending out emails. This doesn't always create a steady flow of clients coming in. And you guys, probably most of you guys have figured that out by now. And it starts with what everybody tells you, is we're getting really clear on who you are, how you serve, because that's your business offer. So I want to take the time in the next few minutes, guys, to power through this, because I want you to know that there's a way, okay? There's a modern way now, okay, to bring that route you for your potential clients. You're going to learn how to actually create a business that brings valuable info and life-shifting energy to your potential clients. You're going to learn how to build up, your actual clients. You're going to be able to understand the process, that strategic marketing strategy or strategies that are going to help you as far as having implemented systems, which is the technology behind how you run your business. And one of the most important things on how to do that is exactly what I'm doing right now, is creating a video sales letter. Not a webinar, but a video sales letter that tells people exactly what you do and how you do it and how you're going to serve them. See, this is what I have encountered, having hundreds of conversations with people, thousands if you include everything in as far as technology wise. People say, but I show up online. I go on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram. I have a podcast. Some of you guys have ebooks and blogs, and you're like, well, I get referrals, and and you're hoping and praying, and you're just spending 80% of your time on this process, and you're getting nowhere. If you're tired of doing that, let me tell you, well, that makes freaking sense, because there's no forward movement with this. And it's aggravating, because I've watched people spend months, even years, doing that, spending time on creating content and content and content and content. And they're like, do you have to be at a certain level for your content to actually start attracting your potential clients? That's why I created the Clarity Code. It is a way for you to get really clear on your niche, actually implement processes, which is the automations, to strategically target your ideal market, your ideal client, right? And then start the next processes to consciously be marketing and advertising. Because I say consciously because we need to know exactly how we're going to do that. A lot of you guys don't have a strategy behind that, and that's where we get stuck, guys, right? A lot of us get stuck there. I get it. I've been there. And that's why I created this, to make this process so much easier for you. Because at the end of the day, we got to know that, right? Knowing ourselves, we create our brand, we create our marketing and our advertising, and then we know how to show up. And targeting your ideal client through automation is going to cut the time, because who the heck has 8 to 10 hours a day to be sitting there sending DMs and trying to reach out to people? It's exhausting. So the smartest thing that I ever did is create a video sales letter, and I've gone through many of them to present what it is that I do and how I do it, guys. Unfortunately, a lot of us do things to learn, but we mess up, we fail, because it's not being done in a specific way that it's actually going to target not just our ideal audience, but our ideal outcome, which is consistency in clients, right? Because at the end of the day, that's what we're looking for. But unfortunately, a lot of coaches out there are doing things and learning the wrong way. I do not suggest cold calling or cold DMing people. You have to warm up your market, guys. Build a relationship with them. That's what automations are for, connecting with people, and eventually you can hire someone that's going to help you do that. Direct marketing actually can be done in a right way, and it'll be an awesome way. It can help you build a relationship that you're looking for with your potential clients. Now, the thing is, you have to have the right formulas, and that's where a lot of coaches just don't know. To produce the right results, you have to have strategy, right? And that's what I'm teaching you here today. What I have learned the modern way now compared to how it was done is this. Content marketing, guys, is to build your brand, and it's great. You have to do that. You have to build your brand. People got to get to know you, what you do and how you do it. And the way to actually sell your product, present your product, so people know what you do, your product or your services, depending on where you guys are at in your businesses, right? Your program, your business offer, is create a system that actually does the educating and selling for you. Because when you get on a call, that should be an enrollment call. Everyone should know exactly what you do and how you do it before they even get on a call with you. That's the bottom line I have learned. And that's what a lot of people struggle with. So the modern way is yes, attracting your ideal client through our organic automated systems. And that way you can use those systems through the platforms that we have available to us now: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, all that great stuff. So to connect with your ideal client on a numbers game, because that's what it is. You have to reach masses through automations, and makes it so much easier and changes the game. So it goes from that to an actual video sales letter. You get to present yourself and who you are, how you do it, your energy, and it takes care of all of that. And then that way you just set up the call, your Zoom call, or however you guys are doing it. I suggest Zoom, so you can just connect, right? And then people know where you're at and how you do that. So I want to tell you a little bit more about who I am, right? I am Sonia. I'm a shamanic business coach. I've been in business and in personal development for over 22 years. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm older than I look. What has led me to this point is that I have a really deep connection with spirit, right? I have a conscious spiritual communication process, which is what I suggest for all of you guys, especially as spiritual entrepreneurs. This is how we guide our emotions and our intentions and how we create. And that way you can have a solid process in that, to being in that state of, shifting the limiting beliefs and being stuck in scarcity. It's a hard word to say sometimes. And shifting into an actual connected guidance system. And that's what I am a pro at, because I had to do that for myself. And I've got many years practicing this, and it's a part of the program and systems that I use to help you guys develop those into your major strengths. So I specialize in coaching the spiritual entrepreneur with their lifestyle, spiritualism, and business development, guys. So I do this because of many things. I want to serve in a big way, but I do it because I ideally want to have a great life, just like you guys, to do the things that I love, right? To hang out and connect with spirit and in nature, and connect and just have my downtime. I want to be able to afford that, and I want to be able to afford that with the people that I love, and that's what it's important. I love spending time, doing self-care and doing the things you love, especially in a place of feeling fulfilled, because you're able to, and being able to share that with the people that you love. And that is the most important thing for me, and I want to be able to share that with my clients on how to do that. That's massive. It changed my life, and I want to bring you guys to that point too. So I want to show you exactly how I did that. I did that with the 5 shifts. I did that 5 shifts to the 5-figure month. And how I did that was knowing how. Basically, right? So if there are 5 shifts, I say that you must take, because that's basically what I went through. You have to create a 5-figure mindset, and that's doing the work that we just talked about. And by knowing how to do that, the spiritual work, the mindset work, because that manifests in your business, and it's all a development process. And you have to know all 5 of them. I'm going to brief you on those really quick right now, guys, because I don't want to take up too much of your time, because I know a lot of these VSLs can become very tedious to watch, and I want to make sure that you guys are getting all the information that you need in an impacted way. So it is important to have the clarity to build with mindful solutions. That is number 1, guys. This creates shifts with the perspective of from the lower mind survival thought into the actual conscious mind, where you got guided decisions, that are guiding you, right? Like you got making guided decisions. You're not just like on a whim trying to figure this all out on your own, where you have conscious communication, and you're really tuned into your expertise. That takes you to another level. Creating with purpose. and having that direction that you need, the guidance that speaks volumes to your potential clients. And that's how you're going to make the differences in your business. That changes everything. That way, that leaves no way for you to actually fail, because you don't have the right systems and mindset and guidance to take you to that next level. That's how you start attracting your ideal clients, because you know how to present what it is you do and how you do it. And people will hear you loud and clearly. And those who are meant to work with you and want to work with you and see the value in your business are gonna just say, hey, this is a no-brainer. This is where I'm at and this is what I want. You've done it. I want to learn how you did that. So I'm going to take you through that, because that is really important. Knowing how, being clear on your expertise. I mean, we all talk about that as a spiritual entrepreneur when we're serving our ideal clients, right? This creates value, like I said, and it produces results, which shifts the energy not just for yourself, but for your potential clients, because your mindset changes because of the experiences you experience. That changes your reality, because this is how it works. That starts creating momentum, which eases the anxiety and the stress, so you can focus more on the back end of your business and the strategies that actually work for you, spending 80% of your time on that and 20% on actually creating content that continues building your brand, guys. So important, so powerful. That's how you start attracting prosperity and success and all the great things that you have to offer to your ideal clients. Now, that's what shift number 2, as far as taking 1 into 2, this starts creating, the best version for you and your clients, and also the opportunity for you to shine naturally towards that, what we always call building authority in your niche. This is so important, because that should happen naturally by what you know and how you know you can serve your ideal client, right? So the best things that I can tell you is that when you're coming to that decision to pick someone to help you in your business, you have to know that you're picking yourself, you're investing into yourself, that that you're going to shift that energy so you can actually know, okay, I want to invest into myself. And that sometimes means investing into your next mentor. Now, I always say this because, we have these terminologies, high ticket coaching. If that's for you and this is what you want to do, then this message is for you guys. I know I want to create great value, and great value creates great compensation. And that's how you start building your dream business. And because a lot of people don't know how to do that, they get stuck, and then that doesn't become an actual reality for them. Step 3 is actually how I started doing it too. Knowing the secret weapon, which is webinar marketing, which that's basically what a video sales letter is. Everyone is going to present it differently. So you have to make sure that you have your set process for you that works for you, right? These are all can be done in a beautiful way. But at the end of the day, it's about establishing yourself as an authority to give massive value, right? And to create, because you're creating those processes that are going to shift your potential client to where they want to be, right? And when they're not stuck anymore. And at the end of the day, strategic marketing is so important, because it builds connection and gives you the opportunity to do that, right? It gives you an outlet, it gives you an actual process. So this video sales letter is important. Now I want to teach you guys how to do this, because at the end of the day, this changed everything for me. Because when I even did it with myself, or I'm having one of my VAs do it, it makes the process so much easier. So the correct message to the right person can change everything, guys. So I'm going to tell you, shift number 4 was big. So this is how it works. Knowing how a video sales letter can introduce your story, how you build, right? You build a connection to, right? You're doing that at the same time. You show your core content, right? So everything that we've gone through up until now, and then you make your offer. That is really big, and a lot of people miss that whole dynamic because they just don't know that this is how the process works. Leveraging your time with automated marketing sales systems is huge, guys. Oh my God, because I used to do all this manually, and it's really sucked because I would spend 8 hours a day on things that were not producing, because half the time what I've found serving the spiritual entrepreneur, especially other coaches, has become so jaded. And I know you guys are feeling that when it's time to start reaching out. You have to know how to do this. So the next shift is to disconnect your time, right? So you're not spending time doing all of this manually, and then be able to to powerfully show up in the world doing what you do. And why wouldn't you want to share that with a number of people versus one at a time? Because that is what is one of the biggest struggles I've watched coaches with, actually, because they don't know how to reach out, what to say, and they're doing that one person at a time. And there is another way to do that, guys. Most seven-figure earners that I have learned from, they have processes like this. Everybody's going to have a little bit of different process. Their presentations are going to be different. Their programs are going to be different. That's why it's important for you to find the right person, the right mentorship that's going to help you with what it is that your ideal business goals are, right? And it starts with mind shift into creating that clarity that you need. Now, I want to tell you about a quick case study, guys, because we're getting here towards the end. I worked with a lady named Linda Reed. This is more towards the beginning of my career as a coach. She actually was a therapist, and I found a lot of therapists and a lot of coaches have this. Like, they charge one-on-one sessions, and then it limits your ability on how much money that you are going to actually make when it comes to building your business. Now, she was struggling because she had a cap on her business. She was making $125 an hour, and you only make so much money hourly with that. And then when you break that down weekly, depending on what you want to make, produces the result. The thing is, when you're like most coaches don't know how to do that, and you're only reaching people here and there weekly, it really cuts down on that ability for you to reach out, to have enough the numbers that is needed to have a sustainable, scalable business. I want you guys to hear that, okay? When you add automations to your business, it changes things because it grows the dynamic of reachability. Now, when Linda got that, well, she realized each client was unique. She was covering, and doing this with the same old fundamentals over and over. But when she shifted and implemented these new strategies, she did that the same, but created new steady clients. And that is what changed the game, because then she shifted the dynamic, created a program, and the fundamentals of it was able to support more people. That's how she was able to scale. That's how a lot of us, we miss the actual processes that gets us to that next level. So at the end of the day, it's important that we understand that so we can get to that next level in our business. So that's what she did, and she added a few things to her program, like emailing and the Zoom calls and all that good stuff that we do in our back end, and that's how she was able to start scaling. So at the end of the day, it's about having a solid process, guys, like I just showed you. Now, the fifth thing I did, which changed everything for me, was investing into mentorship. Having someone that's already been there and has strategically gotten there and has produced results should be the person for you. Personality, connection, spiritual connection is so important. Everyone should have a mentor, guys. I'm going to tell you this. Having a mentor shifted two things for me. By having inspired ideas and accountability, because we need someone to sit there and tell us, hey, did you work on this? This is how you do this, and you know how that goes. It's the mentoring, the teaching, and the learning process. We all need that. So, because I know that a lot of us get brain fog even when we go to sit down and create content, for example, we have to have a system to do that. And that's one of the things that I teach. So when you show up with this, you have a valuable system to offer for your clients, because a lot of you guys go through this. Some months you got money coming in, some months you don't. And this does not create anything but anxiety. You don't create peace like that. And then we end up hustling, doing other things until our business can sustain us. You have to have the back end of the business on point. I have compressed everything that I've known and I've learned all these years into a system that will, the bottom line, help you attract those ideal clients consistently, so you can offer what it is that you do consistently, and then the clients come in consistently. You have to have that, and you just repeat over and over, so you're not struggling every single month trying to figure out where the heck your next client is coming from. And one thing that I wanted to make clear, is technology is not the enemy, but it can feel like that when we don't know what tools, what technology to use and how to use it. And that is important. You want the technology to work for you, not against you, guys. And you don't want it to be a threat. You want to be able to know how to build with it. And if you're getting nowhere still, you're listening to my conversation here and you're like, man, all I do is post, she's right, I'm not getting anywhere. Well, that's what happened to me, guys. And my warm market actually went cold and I needed to start all over again. I don't want you guys to have to go through that. It's a process that sucks, but I am going to show you one right now, what processes you need to create to win. You have to have, number one, clarity on your niche. 2, clarity on your niche and your program. And you create that so you can actually have and position yourself with scalability. You do that with a webinar, right? Just like this one, market funnel marketing, right? It's a way for you to present and make that that obvious offer so you can leverage yourself again the right way. Supported with automation, guys. This is it. And investing in yourself, obviously, with the mentorship that you need to make that happen. Now, here's what I'm saying. You have a conscious choice to make right now, okay? You can be like, oh, Sonia's just another coach selling a program. And at the end of the day, when you have that mentality, you're going to attract that yourself and you're going to keep getting stuck. Now, you can keep on repeating these crazy mass cycles like most of us do and just keep wasting time on creating content that is doing nothing. Or you can start working with clients that you're meant to by actually going out there and doing what you do is raising consciousness in your own unique way. And you can actually accomplish the mission that you came here for. Because at the end of the day, that's all I want to do for you guys. I want to be able to show up and show you how to do that and have a sustainable, scalable, profitable, value-driven, loving business, and that you're excited to share with others because you are awesomeness and you deserve that, and your clients that are out there waiting for you deserve that too. So guys, I want to thank you for taking the time to sit here and learn with me and learn what the next action steps are to create a successful business for you now, not a year from now or 2 years from now or 4 years from now. So if you're actually resonating with this, guys, book a chat with me. It doesn't cost you anything. I'm doing these chats for free to actually put an actual plan together. See if we make a good fit. If you're saying, hey, I like what Sonia's talking about, let's have a chat. Let's figure out where you're at. Let's figure out where you want to be and put a solid action plan together for you to achieve your business goals. So that's all I can do because you have to show up and put in the work, guys. That is the bottom line. And I just want to be there to support you. So I want to thank you. If you decide you want to book, go ahead and book your chat. You can start by clicking on the link here and it'll set you up with an appointment on my Calendly. Simple enough. And I can show you how to do that and I'll support it through automation. So if you're excited about that, then I will continue showing up for you here. So until the next time, guys, I look forward to hearing from you. Please show up with all the questions you might have because at the end of the day, you're going to have a lot of them, okay? So namaste. Have a blessed one, and I will talk to you soon. See ya.